What's up? Welcome back to the Bud Light Southern Power Poll. Jim Johnson here alongside BJ Bennett. And
you feeling better?
Yes.
Okay, you were out last week.
I know. I was sick.
Okay, allergy. You getting your allergy shot?
It wasn't allergies. I was ill.
Okay.
We're here to break down the top 12 teams in the ACC, SEC, and Sun Belt, part of the Southern Pigskin FBS coverage area. Like half the teams we cover were off last week, so there weren't a lot of changes. Like Alabama didn't play, Clemson didn't play. Georgia sort of played a team. They played Tennessee. I mean, just being honest. Come on. No, so Alabama stays at 1, Clemson stays at 2. Georgia looked maybe a little sloppy against Tennessee early.
Not really. I mean, we were talking about it around the office earlier. You go on the road, prime time, in conference, you win by 30. I thought it was a good effort from Georgia.
Yeah, LSU hammered Utah State. They stay at 4. Now, here was the big change. That was the big game of the week last week, was Florida hosting Auburn. Game day was there. Pretty sloppy. A lot of turnovers, but we saw, I think, 2 elite defenses.
Oh, man. I'm very impressed with Florida. And look, Bo Nix did not play great. You're going to have some of that volatility with a true freshman, but both defenses are elite. We saw the fronts dominate. Derek Brown, what a star. I mean, the NFL sees him, and you plug him in as like an 8-year Pro Bowler. I mean, this guy's made for the next level. But Florida, John Grenard, the Louisville transfer, the perfect fit for Todd Grantham's scheme there in Gainesville. I was glad to see Florida feature LaMichael Pirine. Glad to see him get out. You also saw some of those playmakers, yards after reception, really helped Kyle Trask. But Florida's schedule, brutal. But I think this team's going to be in every game. Defensively, they are elite. I know you look at maybe Georgia's defense is a notch above. I think Florida might have the best defense in the SEC. They are amongst the national leaders in interceptions and sacks. That combo of getting after the quarterback and then being aggressive on the back end is just great. Big-time win by the Gators.
Yeah, it's a playmaking defense. And we just flipped them in Auburn. Auburn was at 5 last week. Florida was at 6. We flipped them because you look at that game, I think a couple plays and Auburn's in it. If you make the tackle on LaMichael Pirine's 88-yard touchdown run, if Christian Tutt doesn't muff the punt, there's just a couple things. So it was.
Seth Williams had the wide open
play. Yeah. Bo Nix throws a better ball on that one. That's a touchdown. So a couple things, but yeah, that was a really good win for Florida. Now they travel to LSU.
Well, and that's a whole different animal, on the road as opposed to being at home. But again, defense travels. Florida's defense is elite, and that's a fun unit to watch play.
Yeah, Auburn will be at 6 now. They have the week off, lick their wounds a little bit before they get into the SEC West gauntlet. And then Wake Forest, they're at 7. Had an off week last week, and now they host a Louisville team that might be a little frisky.
Well, you've been on top of Louisville all year. You predicted the win over Boston College. But I think Wake Forest, their success on third downs, offensively and defensively, they've been amongst the national leaders in third down conversions. If you can make plays in crunch time, I tried to say crunch and clutch at the same time. I'm still doing it.
Sure.
If you can make plays in the clutch, in crunch time, you have a great chance to win. So I like Wake Forest.
And then Virginia is traveling to Miami. Virginia stays at 8 in a game that is a lot less impactful than I think we thought it would be. Thanks, Christian.
But every Miami game, you better bring your antacids. It's going to get crazy. It's going to come down to the wire. I think Virginia's good. The 2 Bryces, Bryce Hall, Bryce Perkins, but Bronco Mendenhall's done a great job there. Virginia is a good quality football team.
Duke dropped out of the ranking after losing to Pitt last week. The team that jumped up actually to 9, they weren't ranked in the Power Poll last week, is Missouri, coming off of a monster performance against Troy.
Well, I tell you what, now some injury issues. I know Kelly Bryant's going to be okay. Your guy, Cale Garrett, is going to miss some time. I hate that. A couple of interceptions, took one back to the house. He's a really good player, but after that week 1 kind of head scratcher against Wyoming, they've been really good offensively. I mean, the way they put it on Troy's a good team. That's a good win. And Kelly Bryant is what you would expect, a productive guy, a savvy guy, a smart guy. So I like this Missouri team. They're going to be an interesting team with some spotlight games here down the stretch.
And Missouri actually jumped A&M and Mississippi State, who hold at 10 and 11. A&M hosting Alabama. Would not be surprised if they weren't in the poll next week.
Well, Alabama is playing on another level. I mean, what Tua's doing is absurd. I still don't think we've seen A&M at their best yet, whether it's been mine, whether it's been the defense. I know Jimbo's coaching those guys up as best he can, but yeah, Alabama is, good luck is all I know to say.
And Mississippi State is traveling to Tennessee in what you would assume to be maybe a get-right game after that Auburn performance a couple weeks ago.
And Kylan Hill, your guy, big-time playmaker, does it, running the football, can catch the football out of the backfield. Regardless of what's going on at the quarterback situation, you can trust Kylan Hill to carry the load.
Staying there at 12 then, our Sun Belt representative. There was multiple guys in the office making cases for them to be a little bit higher. But App State's at 12, and they play the biggest game of this in the Sun Belt, maybe all year, traveling to Louisiana.
Love it. It's a midweek game. You got Wednesday night football. You better pay attention. It's going to be a great game. App State with all their playmakers. Louisiana, one of the best collections of running backs in the country. Trey Regas leading the way. Wednesday night in Lafayette. It's going to be a lot of fun. Both those teams are deserving of the national spotlight. Glad they're going to be prime time, so to speak. And yeah, App State's legit. I mean, what more can you say about App State? Where's the weakness? I think this is a team that has done it at every level. Of course, stepped up out of conference, beat North Carolina. That's a very impressive win. They'll get a chance against South Carolina later in the year. But yeah, App State and Louisiana are going to be fun. And if Louisiana can win, maybe they could make an appearance. I mean, there's a lot to digest moving forward, but looking forward to that one on Wednesday night.
Yeah, Ben Troop out this week. Thanks to BJ Bennett for filling in here with us. Jim Johnson here with you. Follow us on Twitter at Southern Pigskin. Follow me at Jim Johnson SP, BJ at BJ Bennett Sports. We'll see you guys next week on the Bud Light Southern Power Poll.